Welcome, fashion lovers. Thank you for always staying tuned. Today, we are going to be making a simple straight gown with flare feather sleeve. If it's something you're interested in, please do stay tuned. Do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for always staying tuned. So, this is the fabric I'm going to use. I used 2.5 yards of fabric. This is like a stretchy fabric. Crepe stretchy fabric. It's very light though, but it's still stretchy at both sides. So I'm just looking for where it's very stretchy. Then I'm going to be laying that horizontally like this. So after that, I place my pattern, and you have to check for your desired length. So my own length here is 40. So after checking the length, I pin down my patterns. So this pattern will be having just a side dart, just to control the bust area, just a side dart. You can decide not to put any dart if you want, but I just decided to put a side dart in mine. So after that, this pattern already has zone allowance, as you can see. Cut the front and back like so. Then I'll be resizing the neckline. That's why I've not cut out the neckline. Sorry, that's why I've not cut out the neckline. So I'm just going to be taking 1/2 inch along the shoulder point. Then I'll reshape the neckline, and there's a slit in front of the neck. So once I'm done reshaping the front neck, I will use the front neck to resize and reshape the back neckline like so. And another thing is that as simple as this gown was, it required a lot of detailing. Like the fabric was stretchy, and I had to take my time to make the dress very well. So no matter how simple a dress is, you still need to be very careful in making the dress, and you have to pay attention to details. And another thing, I had to pin the fabric most of the time because it was really moving and it was slippery on the machine too. So I ended up using candles. Sometimes I use paper to stitch some parts because the thread were jumping. So I'm just aligning the neckline here and adding 1/2 inch allowance for stitching. So I'll be transferring the darts to both sides of the front fabric, on both sides of the front gown, highlighting both darts and the dart leg where I'll be stitching. So for the neck, since there's no lining on this dress, I took some fabric scrap to cut out the facing of both the front and back. Aligning it properly, please do pin them down because the fabric is moving. And cut out the shape of your neck on the facing. For the wideness of the facing, I just marked 1.5 inches, or you can mark 1 inch if you want, but 1.5 is okay. And on this note, please do like, share, subscribe, and make comments anyway you don't understand. Please do highlight it in the comment section. I'll try my best to answer you. And thank you for always staying to my returning subscribers. And if you are new here, please do share, subscribe, like, and comment. And please let's hear your feedback and any way you don't understand. So I'm going to be doing the same cutting for the back gown. So when you're done, please do highlight where the zip allowance will be. Notch the zip allowance. So I went ahead to iron paper stay on the facing to make it firm when I'm stitching on the main fabric. So I'm going to arrange it on the main fabric now and go ahead and stitch down. Please do pin the fabric in place. I also iron paper stay on the zip allowance too to make it easier for me when I'm folding to attach the zip. I'm trying to go for the right side of both sides. To pin them in place, I'm going to the machine and stitch them down, taking the half-inch allowance for the neckline that you left on the pattern on the gown. Please do iron your stitches. You are going to top stitch those stitches down too and iron them and press them down. So I'm just trying to gauge where the zip is going to be, and there's no slit at the back of this gown. The material is stretchy, so I made sure there was no slit. She said she doesn't, my client said she doesn't want a slit, so it's going to be a not too fitted gown anyways, but it will be easier for her to walk. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch down the front side dart, the side dart of the front pattern. I'm going to align the two dart leg. Sometimes the side darts, the dart legs do not match in place, but you try your best to make it align a little, then you stitch it down and iron. So I've done that now. And I've also go ahead to fix the zip. Please, if you do not know how to fix the zip, there's a tutorial on how to fix the zip, fix zip on gowns and skirts. Please do check that out on my page, on my channel. So I'm joining the front and back together through the shoulders first. So this is how I'm going to place it. So I'm going to place the other facing of the back, putting it in front of the front gown facing. This is just for it to lay properly, so when you wear it, the facing will not come out of the dress. Just overlapping it to make it firm. So now I'm going to fix pockets, the side pockets of this gown, before I join the side seams. So I'm going to take 2 inches down from the waist and notch it, and I'll do it at the second side. So at both sides, notch 2 inches down from your waist. So that's where your pocket is going to start from. The distance of the pocket or the length of the pocket always falls in 6.5, 7 inches, like so. So I arrange the fabric and I'll place my hand like this. I'll place my hand like this and follow the way my hand is going to be. Like I'll just follow the pattern and just draw out the pattern. There's no really standard way of drawing out pockets. So just put your hand on the fabric and follow the pattern of your hand. So you determine how long you want your pocket to be, 11 inches or 13 inches. Depends on how long you want it to be. Then you cut out. I hope this explanation is clear enough. So I'll be cutting 4 pieces of this pocket, 2 at both sides, 2 on each side. So when I'm done, I'm going to arrange it on both sides of the gown. So remember where you notched, that is where the pocket is going to start from. So you're going to pin one at both sides of the pockets, both sides of the gown, front and back, aligning it in place, right side facing right side, right side facing right side at both sides. You're going to pin them down like so. I'm going to do the same thing at the second side. I took 0.4 inches or 0.2 inches inside, then I top stitched it and ironed it. So that's what I'm going to do on the machine now. So this is how it's going to look like. Did that on both sides, and I also top stitched and iron. So once you are done, you're going to join both the front and back together. Arrange your fabric and join front and back together. So this next step, please do pay attention of how I'm going to join the front and back together. So now for the bust side, I placed a tailor's arm on that to create a full bust there. You can put fabric there or something. This is because of the nature of the fabric, it's stretchy and that place was looking rumpled. So I had to make it firm by putting a tailor's arm there to take the measurement of the bust. So now taking the circumference of the bust here, you take your circumference of the bust divided by 2 and mark at both sides. So as I was marking, I was stretching the fabric along as I was marking this because the fabric was really funny. So I'll stretch the fabric a little, then mark. But thank God for the tailor's arm too, was also created a firm structure at the bust side and made it easier for me to take measurements there. So take your bust circumference divided by 2 and mark at both sides. And you take your waist measurements, your waist circumference divided by 2. Whatever you get, you mark at both sides. There are different methods of joining front and back together. You can just easily take out the allowance that you put on the fabric at both sides. But this one is another method. As you can see, I was stretching the fabric as I was marking so that it won't add another allowance or fullness to the cloth again. So I carefully stretch this up so that I can mark the pocket side and also at the hip side. So please do pay attention to what I'm going to do here. So now at the pocket, when I go to the waist side, at the pocket side, so I'm rearranging the fabric properly. So at the pocket side, I'm going to go inside through the pocket and take half inch, going all the way to the pocket, closing it with half inch. Then once I'm done, I'm going to come out again at the hip region like that. So that is where all the stitch line is going to go. So that means there will be a space in between the pockets. So when you're stitching on your machine, you're just going to follow your chalk line, go inside through the pocket and come out at your hip region. So this is me taking the hip circumference divided by 2. Please don't mind where I place the tape rule. You can just make your own straight. So I'm trying to stretch the fabric, that's why. So I mark the hip circumference divided by 2 there. Hip is 38. 38 divided by 2, that was 19. So now for the knee length, you remember that there's no slit on this gown. So I did not take the knee inside too much. So I just minus, I think, 1.5 from the hip measurement. So that was 38 minus 1.5. So I gave her 37.5. Oh, I gave her 37. I gave her 37 inches at the knee. So I marked 37 divided by 2. So I marked it at both sides. Then connected the lines together. I did that so that at least you'll be able to walk freely, although the material is still stretchy, so to still give her ease when she's walking. So connect the lines together and take it to your machine and stitch down and follow the lines that you've marked on the fabric. So follow the lines you've marked on the fabric. So for the sleeve, I'm going to mark the full length of the sleeve. This is a long sleeve, so our full length is 25. I'm still going to take it in because the feathers that we are going to attach, feather trimming that we are going to attach to the sleeve is going to make it extended more. So you can decide to stop at 24 or 25. So this is me marking our biceps, that's the round sleeve. But this is a free sleeve, so it's not fitted in all sides at all. So the wrist is free and the wrist is 18 inches. I marked 18 inches at the wrist and I connected to the underarm. Then you're going to make sure that the arm circumference is the same thing with that of your gown. So that's what I was measuring there. So our own is 16 round for our arm circumference. So I make sure there's 16 there, but there's still 1 inch, 1.5 inch allowance there. So I'm notching the back of the sleeve and the top arm because this is just one of the sleeve. I'm not cutting both. I'm going to use this to cut the second one. So once I was done cutting both sleeve, I arranged it so that I can align the front sleeve. Remember, the front side of the sleeve is always, is lower than that of the back. So that's what I want to rearrange and cut out to make sure the front side is lower. I'm notching both sides and marking and also notching the back sleeve. So I'm going to place the pattern back and make sure the front side of the sleeve is lower. Your sleeve is ready. So now I've got the feathers. The fabric, the when I went to the market to get these feathers, but because of the color, she said she wants pink. So I got 1 yard, and 1 yard is 2,000 naira. In different places, though, in my area is 2,000. You get some other place might be 2,300. It depends on the type of feathers you are buying, though. There are different type, and their prices are ranging from 2,000 to 3,000 to 4,000. So this one is 2,000 naira. So I'm going to divide it by two. So I'm just going to show how you're going to place it. So after stitching your 1 inch allowance of the after you fold the allowance inside, so I'm going to place it like this and follow that stitch line like that. So unfortunately in my machine the threads were jumping, so I had to hand tack everything and I followed the stitch line. So once I was done, this is how it was looking like. I untacked it, so I didn't use the machine again. So I'm going to use a French seam technique to stitch this sleeve. So first of all, you're going to place the wrong side together. So once you are done, you're going to turn it over and iron it to make sure that place laid very well. Then you're going to take your allowance from there. See, this is a free sleeve, so you're going to go ahead and join it to the body, and that's it. Your gown is ready. Hope you learned something new today. Thank you for watching.